Howdy, howdy.
Hey guys, what's
Hello.
up? How you doing?
Doing good. Is that a ham and cane?
It is leftover from my dance. My little,
Fuck. Yes.
my
You
little
should have done
performance.
that while we had the video going. That would have been funny.
My little putting on the hits. Yeah, I should have. Or putting on the Ritz. Yeah. Taco was the band. Putting on the Ritz. Some 80s trivia for you. Out of nowhere. What's happening? How's everybody doing? This is our for the 5 or 6 of you. Hey mom, how you doing? Hey Tom. We should have gotten inebriated for this episode. It should be our holiday party, right? Because this will be our final video. This will be our last video before Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely before Christmas.
Yeah, we should have got liquored up. Should be some eggnog.
I can't stand eggnog.
Really?
Nope.
I love, it's definitely a seasonal thing. I do like eggnog, but only this time of year. I mean, it'd be gross in July, right?
Oh yeah. Eggnog does not need to be served when it's hot.
Yeah, you lay it out in the yard. You know what I could go for? Big glass of eggnog. That really hit the spot.
As long as in those moose glasses from Christmas Vacation, I might go for it then.
That makes everything good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, does it make it better or worse when there's alcohol in it for you?
Oh, it would be better, but
in
still.
The summertime?
Oh, hey, anytime. It's rum, right? Eggnog is the rum is what you put in eggnog, right?
Yeah. Well,
brandy.
I was gonna say I've used brandy before, but rum probably would work too, as long as it wasn't like
any kind of alcohol in it, right? I mean,
I'll confess, I've never had alcoholic eggnog. I only had the as a kid we had kid eggnog, which it's just without the alcohol, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bourbon. Like Evan Williams eggnog.
Bourbon brandy.
But I might have to revisit this. Actually, I might have.
Maybe that's a testimonial to how nasty it is. You got to dilute it with booze. I mean, anything goes down with a little booze in it.
I miit have to give it another shot.
Except for gin, because you guys know how I feel about gin. Gin is the saddest of alcohols. Only boxcar hobos drink gin. You want to see your saddest people at the bar? They're drinking gin.
Because it's paint thinner.
Liquefied pine trees. We're going to hear the FedEx truck here in a minute. And I knew when we started this is where everybody shows up to pick packages up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
well, Jared, if you do end up giving it a try, I would highly recommend going to Brahms and getting a quart of their eggnog, and then get your favorite brandy or bourbon or whiskey and do it with that.
Oh, Brahms, the brand ice cream eggnog chain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I know.
I like that it was completely out at first. It's just gross, but then throw some booze in it. Yeah, it might be all right.
Yeah. Well, not make it better.
Well, because I realized as kids we just had the raw eggnog. I mean, it was virgin eggnog. It didn't have the alcohol in it.
I mean, was this like store-bought eggnog or something?
Yeah, it was like in the quart, milk. It looked like a milk container, but it was eggnog. I just remember being so thick and soupy, and I'm like, I don't know if I want that.
But yeah, the consistency, it is weird because like a homemade eggnog is kind of like buttermilk.
Yes.
Just thick.
Yeah.
I mean, well, now I'm kind of turning myself off of eggnog, but
see, you're getting turned off, and I'm thinking maybe I want to try it again with some booze.
Yeah, we can switch roles. Yeah. All right. Well, enough of the eggnog. Amy, we're done with our holiday specials, right?
We are done.
Yay!
Yesterday was the last day, so thank you guys for everybody who took advantage of our specials, free shipping and everything. So we look forward to seeing you guys again soon.
Yeah, and everything gets back to normal after Christmas. So yay. Good things. So what's some stuff we were talking about earlier? We could jump right into it. We were talking about Saturday morning cartoons and how, of course, my youth was perfect. Amy, you were just right when they were starting to phase cartoons out. You were starting to take notice of them but what a good time. Saturday morning cartoons. That's when you had your video. I mean, the cartoons were awesome, but it's also where you learned what all the coolest toys were.
Because that's what all the commercials were.
I mean, that's Mego commercials, Star Trek, all the good things like that. Man, I loved it. Loved my Saturday morning cartoons. And what Saturday morning is complete without your favorite cereal?
Yes.
So, which was all really what Saturday morning cartoons were about, was what toy you needed to buy and what cereal you should pester your parents to get you. So I was a Fruity Pebbles, still am, Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops kind of guy. Had the occasional Jones for some Captain Crunch, and then came Crunch Berry, which was strong novelty around the house for a while. It really depended on what the premium was, what the toy was. I would buy a box of, or have my mom pester my mom to buy a box of cereal, a la Cartman. Mom,
man,
that one. It's got the glow in the dark dinosaur in it. Duh, that's the one I want. So Fruity Pebbles was great for that, man. That was one of my favorite premiums. They had a whole series of these little glow in the dark, dinosaurs. Oh, it was awesome.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
What was it?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's what Amy said last night.
God, it's so good. It's and I went through them all. I think I tried all of them. All of them you mentioned. Captain Crunch, Honey Nut Cheerios, Fruity Pebbles. But man, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and then Cocoa Puffs and Cocoa Rice Krispies were also excellent because they turned the milk chocolatey. So good.
Well, they had what was the cookie crisp?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could get the
little cookies.
Yes, what's more nutritious than that?
How did they get away with that? Like,
what sets your day better than a bowl full of cookies?
Here, kids, start your day off with a bowl full of cookies.
Yay!
Between that and Lucky Charms with the marshmallows in there, I don't understand how we survived the amount of sugar that we ate.
Lucky Charms, those marshmallows and Lucky Charms, they would put your teeth on edge. I mean, if you just caught one the right way. I liked Lucky Charms occasionally. Bigger fan of their commercials than anything. They were always hassling the leprechaun, and but there were only so many cereals, right? I mean, I'm old, so the 70s era stuff. I mean, you had your standbys. Let's do the list. Frosted Flakes.
Yeah,
so, they're great. Yep, you had Frosted Flakes. You had Sugar Smacks.
Yeah,
and the Creepy Frog. And honeycombs.
Oh yeah.
And then and then of course Cheerios. They try to push Cheerios off on you, but those aren't any good unless you just load them down with sugar. Nothing's worse than an unsweetened Cheerios. Is that a thing now? That was not a 70s thing.
Oh, okay. That might have been later on.
I don't remember a frosted Cheerio. That
there was two Cheerios for me. It was just Cheerios and then Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah. Honey Nut Cheerios came a little bit later, and then there's Count Chocula, Boo Berry, Frankenberry. I mean, that was a big, strong thing in my life for a while. But I mean, my taste always orbited around Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles. But I would step outside the box every once in a while and try some of those.
I ate
all you guys had was that. I mean, that's it. It starts and ends at Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I mean, as much as I like that one, I would go for any of those, honestly. They're all good. Now that you brought them up, some like the Honey Smacks and the Cookie Crisp, I'd be happy with any one of those. Yep.
Here's how I can profile my next best friend. If any of you remember, I think it was Honeycombs who did the free terrarium. This was an ambitious little freebie to throw in your cereal box. So they had these little, geometric shaped terrariums. There were like 3 different ones. And I think they were bean sprout seeds or something. And the little terrarium, it was like matchbox size. and had a little bit of foam in it. You put the seed in it, water it, put the lid on it. Boom! In a few days, it's starting to sprout. It was the shit. And you got to like collect all three. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about, because that was the stuff. I mean, I had to have it because I was always getting ripped off on cereal premiums anyway. Like I forget who did it. It might have been Honeycombs too that had license plates for your bike. And you know, they picked the most popular names, Mike and Tim and Sarah and Kathy. You know, but you know there's not a Ryland in there. There's never a Ryland in there. And I don't know when that became in vogue. When did that happen? We got Rylands all over the place now. Ryland Homes and Ryland this. When I was a kid, you were weird. And that's how you end up with a name like Rilo, because kids can't say Ryland. So for anybody who cares, Rilo came from kids not being able to pronounce Ryland. And every once in a while you would get called Rollo or Rolo because of the candy. But that turned into Rilo. So Rilo stuck. To this day, my mom calls me Rilo.
Aww.
Everybody calls me.
I remember the license plate. Holy shit, that's crazy.
It was really a hard thing for me as a kid, not getting the cool, because it was a little embossed license plate. It was badass, and I wanted one.
And this came in cereal, like the
did, and I kept bugging my mom for it and bugging her for it. You think she would have just told me, "Hey, you're never going to get a Ryland." She just kept buying that cereal, and I'm diving into the box.
Couldn't you write a letter, or like, you know, one of the posts, you cut out the box and you write your name how you want it to be, and you send it to them? And did they send it back, or was it just whatever?
That's some perfect world stuff you're talking about. I don't know.
That's kind of what I remember. Because I know, I mean, what are the odds that you're going to get your own name in a box of cereal? But
I don't know. But I don't like your. I like the idea of your reality, but I think mine was closer to it. But you know what? Now that you think about it, it does seem like it should be that way. But I do think I feel like it was random names, or maybe it was states. Maybe it was like you got like a Florida license plate for your bike. But I prefer to think that I was simply excluded by the oddity of my name, and that's the reality I'm going to live in. So sticking to that. But again, comment below if I'm wrong. Like, no, you sent away for those. I don't think you did. I think they just randomly inserted crap in there. And kids, being kids, want to have their stuff.
Tell me they at least like put plastic around it or something. I'm just imagining like a metal license plate, like roaming around.
No, it's like Cracker Jack
in a little poly bag.
Okay.
Yeah, just like Cracker Jacks. Just in a little something. But all the, what was something else? I mean, kind of, it rode shotgun with the cereal. Pop-Tarts.
No, I ate the crap out of some Pop-Tarts as a kid.
Oh man, I got into a Pop-Tart like it had the antidote in it. I mean, I was eating some Pop-Tarts. I mean, those would change you back in the day. And it's really sad what they were and what they've become. I mean, I remember them. It was like there was an 1/8-inch layer of icing. It's hanging off the sides like a gingerbread house. It's sprinkled with magical culinary goodness. And now it's just like somebody flicked a little bit of icing on top of this super thin little. Why even eat them now? They're such a little bullshit shadow of what they used to be. But Pop-Tarts most definitely went right along with cereal. And the other, I'm trying to think of anything else that
they had to be toasted. Pop-Tarts
was
so good when they were in a toaster. That's
yeah. And then Nestle Quick. So that was always, Nestle Quick commercials all over the place Saturday morning. But they had these Nestle Quick straws. So instead of having to scoop it out of the little canister, you could get like strawberry Quick or chocolate milk straws, and yay big little straws, and you just empty them out in your milk, you stir them up, and you pop both ends, and you get to drink it out of its delivery device. That was that. So you could have your strawberry Quick on top of your cookie crisp. And then
Ovaltine. Ovaltine had
everybody's just in the corner tweaking a sugar overload, pre-diabetic.
I think Ovaltine Ovaltine had a
Ovaltine.
better chocolatey flavor to it, I think. Nestle Quick was a sugar chocolate. Like it was sugar with some chocolate flavoring
You
mixed
say
in.
it like it's bad.
Well, if you like
You got the
chocolate.
same look on your face that you had over the eggnog.
No. It did the job. But if I had to choose between Ovaltine and
I don't think I've
Nesquik,
ever had Ovaltine.
it's got a much richer chocolatey flavor. And later I learned you could take a banana and throw that in a blender with some Ovaltine and milk and you make yourself a little smoothie, banana chocolate smoothie. Oh, so
Okay,
good.
that sounds good.
All right.
And it had the illusion of being healthier because you threw the banana in there.
Switch over to, let's switch over to cartoons. So, favorite Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh,
G.I. Joe, Transformers.
Mm.
I'm going to date myself with this, but Thundercats.
You're gonna date yourself. I'm about to completely blow myself up. So I had an evolution. I evolved through my love of cartoons. Started early. Sean and I were talking about this. I think the first cartoon that really caught my attention that I just I was looking for it. Like, hey, I think that's when I learned what a TV guide was. Hong Kong Phooey.
Oh, I remember that.
Loved Hong Kong Phooey. And most of my favorite cartoons, of course, in the 70s, you had to have the lunchbox.
Yeah.
So started with Hong Kong Phooey. Around the same time I got into Speed Buggy. Again, comment if you know what I'm talking about. So Hong Kong Phooey and Speed Buggy. Now, Scooby-Doo was everywhere, ubiquitous. Everybody loves Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah.
The original series and how it got broke up through the 70s and stuff is cool too. But always loved my Scooby. Yeah, Hong Kong Phooey, Speed Buggy, Super Friends. And then it starts to splinter off after that. Those were my primaries. And then there was I think it was it Lassie's Rescue Rangers?
That was a cartoon?
Yeah, I'm going to Google that while you guys are talking in a second. But I think it was Lassie's Rescue Rangers, if I'm not mistaken. And then there was some 77, 78 Godzilla and Godzuki. That was the stuff. And but no, of course, there no Transformers. No, that wasn't a thing then.
Nope.
Transformers were awesome.
There was Captain Caveman, Jabberjaw, and then
these
Space Ghost before he hosted a talk show.
C-Lab 2021.
Yeah. And then there was a lot of live action stuff. So the I've gone on about that before about Shazam, ISIS, Arc 2, all that. The live action shows were great in the 70s.
Sid and Marty Krofft or Land of the Lost.
Oh man, I'm glad you mentioned those. Yes, Land of the Lost, great live action, and Sid and Marty Krofft. I mean, they had all kind of stuff because you had Wonder Bug, you had Electro Woman and Dyna Girl, you had Dr. Shrinker, HR Puffin stuff, all that. So yeah, can't leave them out. Respect.
What a time to be alive.
Yep.
What about those one season wonders of cartoons that came and went? Like,
give me one.
I think the Mr. T show was one.
Oh, that's a great example.
I think they did one for Rambo. When you said Rescue Rangers, because I think Rambo was like Rambo Rescue Rangers, or maybe just Rambo.
Rambo killed the lunchbox.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was the last Aladdin lunchbox metal one. Was Rambo.
Didn't he get a lot of heat because of it's him with a gun? And
no, I think a kid whipped another kid's ass with a lunchbox that just happened to be a Rambo lunchbox, like in Jersey or something. And I don't know, it got into that. This was around the time soft helmets were becoming popular. And I think that's why they went plastic. I think somebody whipped another kid's ass with a metal lunchbox.
Okay. I don't like around the corner of the playground or something, just like.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Somebody was just walking past the monkey bars and whap, clothesline. Rambo took him out. But
Horrible.
Oh,
yeah, that was a
there was
weird time when that happened. That's around that whole Tipper Gore PMRC, putting ratings on records, and that was a weird time.
it was the baby boomers when their kids were, you know, between 5 and 10 years old, or they were, going into elementary school. I think that generation became hyper overprotective of that generation and decided to implement, like, the CD warnings label, uh, bad language in this music, watch out. And it became a whole thing. And then, yeah, like the metal lunchboxes, like you said, oh, it can't be metal, it's got to be plastic.
Yeah. And it's funny when you think about records being rated back then, something as harmless as, I mean, it's truly Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote type stuff with like Twisted Sister.
Oh, yeah.
Look at their videos. It's teaching kids to beat their parents. And then, I don't know, a couple creative song titles come to mind right now as I think about modern music.
Yeah.
It makes that just seem so G rated.
D. Snyder was even testifying on Capitol Hill, and
yeah,
actually, he was
an affable, articulate guy.
I mean, he cleaned up. It was awesome.
But yeah, that was a weird time. But sorry, the
other one was there was a Chuck Norris cartoon for a while too, because Chuck Norris got real big in the 80s.
Was there a Chuck cartoon?
Yeah, God, there was a toy line. I know there's a toy line. And in the 80s, if there was a toy line, there was more than likely a cartoon. I'm pretty sure.
Karate Commandos.
Karate Commandos. That's what it was. Yes.
What year was that?
It started in 86. Oh, it's one season.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One season. Yep.
Created by and starred Chuck Norris.
Yes.
Yeah. I discovered girls by then. It was over. It was over. What's funny? I had this ritual. I would come home from school, even high school, and it was my thing. It was very comforting. I could decompress and watch Fat Albert, and I'd come home from school, and I mean, this was like in 11th grade. I mean, let me go a little retro here before I even knew what that was, and I'd pop on Fat Albert, chill out, and then watch Days of Our Lives or something afterwards.
School cartoons were a different breed. Those were different than Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the whole 80s ushered in, Filmation was killing it with like He-Man, She-Ra.
Yeah,
that sort of stuff. So
yeah, they learned that why have one Saturday morning when you can have 5 days a week of after school.
Yeah, Transformers and all that was becoming a thing, and then of course Ninja Turtles blew it up.
Yep. Oh, Ninja Turtles! Never really got into the Turtles. It wasn't my thing.
Me neither. I was at that point where it just didn't hit my ears right. I'm like,
The comic book was fun, like the black and white Eastman and Laird. That was like kind of cutting edge. I mean, for me being 11 or 12, whatever, I'm like, whoa, this is some underground subversive shit. Like they're ninjas, but they're turtles. And look at the animation.
Wait, and they're hanging out. Wait, they got a rat.
Yeah, they got a rat.
Teaching them the dark art.
It's like so stark and black and white, and it was pretty rad. But then another show after school that I totally got hooked on, and it's my only real anime love, was Robotech, which was Macross, just rebranded for America by Harmony Gold. I remember that. Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, Robotech was awesome.
Oh man, I did forget a live action Space Giants. Goldar, Silvar,
Space Giants.
Essentially robots living in a volcano. It was awesome. Gam,
live action.
Little whistle. Yeah, it was live action. Think Ultramanish.
Oh, okay.
Nice. And then the cartoon. It was G-Force in the States, so G-Force was good.
Oh, Battle of the Planets, right?
Yeah.
What that was? Yeah.
Yeah.
Voltron. I got into some Voltron. That was fun.
It's funny what a difference a few years makes. I'm not that much older than you, Jared, but
it's huge though. the difference between like what an 8-year-old watches and what a 10-year-old watches. It's only 2 years difference, but yeah, you're right. It's quite a difference in
Yeah.
viewing appetite.
But yeah, it's weird. That whole age, Saturday morning cartoons as they were, video games, parents groups. Hey, this is a giant, because you could watch cartoons from like 7 till 1, and then at 1 o'clock, Bandstand came
Yeah,
on, or Soul Train,
Soul Train.
and you had to,
Yeah.
you picked your lane, Bandstand or Soul Train, depending on who the guest was, depending on who the band was, and parents were complaining this was like a 5 or 6 hour block of just commercials for sugar.
And toys, yeah, sugar and toys.
Yeah, yeah, and toys. But think about that. Now, when you're watching TV,
Right.
I mean, if you're on, you see all kind of stuff online, of course. But if you're on any kind of network television, you're never just seeing what the new dope ass toy is. Back then it was. I mean, it was awesome. You learned what was up.
Yeah. Now every commercial is talk to your doctor about. If you have, talk to your doctor.
Yeah, which is awful. I almost can't watch television. I'm so neurotic. I'm such a hypochondriac that I'm dying at 10 different things by the time the football game's over. I'm like, check my pulse.
They've always developed a drug for a condition you never heard about, and you're like, oh, I wonder if I have that.
Oh yeah, I got all the symptoms.
I got all those symptoms.
But be
Did you
sure
do
to
it?
take the medicine if you're allergic to it.
Yeah.
I'm calling in Rhonda to check my lymph nodes. Just feel right. Does that feel like a lump? She's like, stop it. But she gets a look on her face because she knows if I'm going to get stuck, kind of just hiccuping on symptoms. A hiccup of the brain where I'm like, for like 5 days, I'm like, are you sure this isn't swollen? Are you sure that looked right? Are you sure you're not just saying that because you want me to shut up? So, yeah, I'll run deep with my symptoms every once in a while. I've been so busy. I haven't been dying anything this week. Any other week,
It's caught up to you.
Any other day, I'm at death's door. But no, this week I've just been busy. I don't mind and all. I guess is what normally would get me, but this week too busy.
What you drinking there? That looks like
Medicine.
Oh, okay. It looks like it. I like that old retro.
Well, I gave up the diet soda, and I occasionally now will have to have the made with real sugar Pepsi.
I mean, if you're gonna drink soda, just drink it with the real stuff.
And I have rekindled my love of frosty root beer. So, if more than like 4 or 5 people watch these, we could get some sponsors. Like a case of them shows that'd be nice, right? But no.
Drink Frosty. It's the best root beer.
See, now you're gonna get some. Anyway, so what are you guys doing for Christmas? Going anywhere? Staying home? What's up?
Staying around. Keeping it simple.
Yeah, I'm just going to be here. I'm going to try to catch up on a little bit of stuff around the office. We've got, well, I'm looking at the date, Jared. It would be nice to, well, we won't get to mention what we hoped we'd get to mention tomorrow, but we got some new product announcements coming up, so that'll be cool. Probably get to those before the end of the year, I think.
Yeah. We'll get right around there when we were targeting, but I think that's okay. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't hear anything this morning.
Let's check. Because sometimes it doesn't send me an email. It's just waiting there for
pretend nobody's watching.
Like
We wouldn't be far off.
Yeah. Nobody's watching, right? It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, discuss amongst yourselves while this page loads.
You know what frustrates me is when every once in a while I'll peek in on our channel on YouTube and it like sets at like 475 or something like that, or 70 something. It might be up a few, but it's like, damn, I just wanted to get to 500. That'd be nice. So you guys give me a Christmas present. Follow this thing. So I know we should make the effort to do them. Amy and I were talking the other day that it might be a good idea just to do a video recap of our socials, just a quick couple minute hit, every day, while we're staying frustrated with Instagram and stuff happening over there. That'd be nice to just recap, by way of one of these videos.
No news.
Every day.
I got nothing.
Nope. All right, cool.
Nope.
Well, we're at 30 minutes. I feel like I drug this out a lot. So if you guys got anything, I'd like to say Merry Christmas to William Cat.
Yes.
Happy holidays, my friend.
Merriest of Christmas. Whoa, look at that. Boom.
No. Hey. Yay.
Can you make it Merry Christmas to William Cat?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because he needs to know.
Thinking about you, bro. Happy New Year. I think you're going to get a lot of cool projects next year. We're there for you. We'll support them in any way we can. So let us know what we can do.
I would love to hear if anybody's got any good eggnog recipes to get me back into eggnog. Convince me. Convince me. You throw some cinnamon in there. Maybe I want to hear it. Tell me.
No, you got to do it right. Eggnog sucks. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Eggnog sucks. Prove me wrong. Send me a recipe that I'll be like, yeah, you're right. It's delicious.
So I'm going to take all those recipes and just enjoy the crap out of them.
I do think it's festive. I wish I had a full-size moose mug to drink it out of. That would be good. I never can find those when I go looking for them, like a Marty Moose mug. I've got a little one. It's like a shot glass version.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep it on the mantle at Christmas, but I need a full size. Oh, you know what I did? Check this out. So we were talking about this in another video where Thomas never seen Christmas Vacation. His kids, 3 kids, have never seen Christmas Vacation. And I'm like, how can this be? If Tom doesn't want to see it, great. If he don't want to broaden himself, culture himself, see Christmas Vacation, stay you, bro. You don't have to watch it. But the kids, I don't know how you navigate high school. I don't know how you get through certain social circles without at least being able to communicate about Christmas Vacation. I mean, it's entered the zeitgeist. It's pop culture now, right? American pop.
Shooter was full.
Exactly.
Exactly. I don't think I need to go down that hill with nothing between my head and this piece of government plastic.
My hair just won't look right.
Right. It's so good. Everything about it. So what I did, I bought him the DVD and I went old school and just mailed a DVD to him.
He went, thanks.
Oh.
I think that's exactly what he did.
Well, at least the girls will maybe pick it up off the floor and get to watch it then.
You know what he'll poison the well. He'll be like, hey, Rilo sent this. Uncle Rilo sent it. It sucks. Like he sucks. And you guys really shouldn't watch. It's the power of suggestion. He won't be supportive at all. Where it'd be so cool. He could easily just go, hey, Rye sent this over. He thinks you guys will like it for whatever reason. I just never showed it to you, because I'm a bad parent. But I did send it, so there's no excuse.
Okay.
And I'll start them out there. I should have started with Vacation, but I skipped and took them straight to Christmas Vacation.
I don't
think you need the warm up, right?
No. You can go right into Christmas Vacation. There's no warm up needed.
I don't think in fact, I know that I saw Christmas Vacation before I ever saw Vacation. And it didn't bother me.
I mean, everything about that movie is perfect.
Yeah.
That's the holidays. I mean, that's and everybody's got a cousin Eddie in their house, in their family. Somewhere. There's a cousin.
Also, you got to do Funny Farm too. If you're going to do a Chevy Chase Christmas, you got to do Funny Farm. Funny Farm is not a Christmas movie, but
so many people don't know what that is, man. A lot of people.
I know it's kind of an unknown, but the last 3 quarters of it is very much a Christmas movie, and it's just chef's kiss on that ending. It's so good.
It warms you up for the. It's we go Dickensian to Rockwellian.
Yeah, it was very country living.
Yes.
Out in the country, and it just feels like it. Oh yeah, this is what I need. It's like a Hallmark movie gone wrong before there were Hallmark movies.
Because when we get into the Christmas element, it's very dark for a moment. And then it brightens up.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, it's so good.
I'm trying not to give too much away there, but and then it's got man acting opposite Chevy Chase is she was Pam in Urban Cowboy. I always
Yes.
forget her name, but it's like she did 2 movies. She did like
She was
Urban
almost
Cowboy and
huge. She was set to replace God, what's her name? Shelley Long on Cheers. When she left, that
oh wow,
actress, yeah, she was going to replace Shelley Long, and then Kirstie Alley tested so good opposite Ted Danson.
hmm
They're like, nope, we're going with her instead. So that girl almost cracked it.
Madeline Smith Osborne.
Oh, okay, right on.
Madeline
But
Smith Osborne.
I love Funny Farm so much that I've actually researched where that property is, that house, because I'm like, I want to go there someday. I want to go see this place, and I think it's like in upstate New York or something. But
You want to see where Yellow Dog roamed?
I want to see. I want to find. I want to. What's that other dog? The one that just takes off and runs.
Yeah, I don't know. He calls that one just Yellow Dog.
The yellow dog is great, but that
Yeah.
other dog just takes off and
And then he's
runs.
got the the mailman.
Yeah.
Everything about that movie's great.
But I love a couple scenes later, he's out doing something in the yard, and you just sees the dog running again.
Yeah,
It just lives in the forest.
that's what it's living his best dog life. It's great.
So
Yeah, I don't think he wouldn't like Funny Farm. Tom is pretty much. I mean, he goes to sleep to Deep Space Nine. That's what he does. It's just always on an endless loop at his house.
I like some Deep Space Nine. I'm into that.
Yeah, he'll tell you a story. I think it was Deep Space Nine got him through law school.
Wow.
I don't know, something about ethics resonated with him when he was watching Star Trek. He'll tell you all about it. But no, he's more of a sci-fi guy. Of course, Knight Rider, all that.
Yeah.
And hard to get him into. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like he watched a lot of comedies. Maybe there's no real joy in his life.
Oh,
He's
boy.
just got me. There's no joy in his life.
That's what he's thinking right now. He's like, because I got to deal with you. That's why I have no joy.
He's like, that's the most expensive fucking friend I've ever had in my life. Why am I burdened? Why am I saddled with this guy? Yeah, he's probably thinking just that. But I thought about both you guys last night. I was just watching videos on YouTube, late night crying like I do at 3 a.m. And smearing lipstick on my face, writing on my forehead, you dirty, Anyway, I saw a video. There's a company that's made RC. Well, they've made Airwolf helicopters.
Yes.
Really good. Technically, they make a generic helicopter that they just so happen to offer the Airwolf shell with it. I'll send you the link. It's really badass. I mean, really an easy to fly helicopter at that, which is usually a novelty, but they're always hard to fly. But no, this one, and it's not that expensive. I mean, it's ginormous. It's friggin' huge, like $750. I mean, you got to want it. It's still expensive, but it's not what you would think it would be. And it just sounds like a dump truck falling out of the sky when it's flying. I mean, it's so loud, but it's awesome.
Oh, it'd be so cool if it made that whisper hover sound that Airwolf did, and then it would scream it did that weird dinosaur scream when it would fly by sometimes.
How'd that go again?
I can't. No, I'm not gonna. No, you're not trapping me for that. No, absolutely not.
All right. But yeah, I saw that and I thought about you guys while I was I was actually watching, I was watching all the videos about the New Jersey drones, going down that rabbit hole. So quick prediction on that. What do you think it is?
I think it's the government just testing out new drones.
Amy?
I don't think I know enough about it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was our own government testing out drones.
See, I don't think that's what it is.
I mean, it very well could be other governments testing out drones to see.
I know it's not
what the
hobbyist.
chances are.
It's not enthusiast flying truck
Yeah,
size,
that I don't think.
$100,000 drones.
No.
This is a
Yeah, we talked about that before we came on. Anything over half a pound is supposed to have a transponder on it. You should be able to identify it. I mean, if you're following the law, but bad guys don't do that. But we'll talk about drones next week. I won't take at the 40-minute mark. I won't take us down that rabbit hole.
I need you to explain to me how these drones are powerful enough that you could put a harness with a person on them and get lifted up. Like, that sounds fascinating.
Well, we're talking about those giant. I mean, we're talking about big truck size mono drones. Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, let's say Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and happy. Well, I was going to go too deep, and we'll do another one of these before New Year's. But
yeah,
happy
holidays. Are we going to do a video? I guess technically there'll be a Friday video next week, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be more like a recovery after Christmas.
Yeah, it's that weird week between Christmas and New Year's where you just eat cheese, a lot of cheese.
Did I tell you? Yeah, you eat beef logs and cheese.
Yeah. A lot of cheese. There's a lot of cheese involved in next week. I'm okay with that. I'm looking forward to
farms, beef logs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to do some eggnog tests.
I like that that's come off your lips a few times. In 40 minutes, you've come full circle on eggnog.
It's just
you were revolted by it. Now you're like, experiment a little bit.
I want to try it out. I get to do some mixing and measuring. I feel like a scientist.
As I've described certain beers, like a desert island in a bottle, like Sculpin, these descriptions, they've resonated with you. Dare I say eggnog is Christmas in a cup.
All right.
It's the only time of year you're going to drink it. And
unless I really like it.
Yeah. Well, and just don't take a look at the nutritional
value. Walk around with a thermos of it.
Really bad for you.
Yeah. So is that your coffee? No, it's my eggnog. Dude, it's June.
You put the calories on with eggnog.
Oh, yeah. It's like, what they say, newborn calves. Yeah, that heavy, rich, creamy milk, mother's milk. That's what that stuff is. It's designed to put fat on you.
Yeah, get some of that.
Anyway,
all right, Amy, sign us out. Put us down. Put us out of our misery.
Well, there we go. Merry Christmas from Team Paragon, everybody. And you guys have a wonderful holiday, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas.
Festivus.
Yes. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I love it.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions or need anything, call us. We're always available to talk to you about all the things we make. Been getting a lot of that lately where people are actually making the effort to reach out, contact us. And if you want to be on one of these, it makes the content so much better if it's not just the three of us talking to each other. Somebody's actually asking us about what we do and the industry that we live in. So if you want to be on one of these, reach out, talk to Amy, and we'd love to have you.
Absolutely.
Cool.
All right. Bye, guys.
See y'all later.